Let's talk week 3 of December reviews, guys. Only have 6 things to talk about. Some Christmas things, a few Christmas things, a few regular movies, one of which I think it was theatrically released, definitely on demand VOD, premium VOD, coming out in physical soon. A movie that was sent to me by Warner Brothers. I did a video for. We're going to get more into my thoughts on that. But let's dive right in. Like I said, 6 movies to talk about. The first one I don't physically have because it was an advanced digital screening of a movie, which was a pretty new experience for me. Got an email. Didn't have plans the night the email pertained to, and said, do you want to check out Greenland online? I had heard about this movie from Joe Martinez of the Martinez Joe channel. So I know he had talked about it was a disaster movie. I remember watching a trailer a long time ago. And I was like, I got nothing else to do. Like, I'm at home. Let's watch it. And so the problem I had was it was only, it was a website link, and it wouldn't allow me to log in on my TV. So I had to find a way to mirror my phone to my TV. Once I figured it out, it was awesome. It was fixed. Did some Googling. It was a 7:30 showtime, which was kind of cool too. Like, the stream started at 7:30. You were able to pause it for up to 10 minutes, I think, if you had to use the restroom or something. But so yeah, it was a cool experience once I figured out how to get it set up. The movie is basically about a comet from a different solar system that's headed to Earth. The movie is actually much more dramatic than I anticipated. I feel like when you watch, Rick without glasses, when you watch a disaster film, usually it's a lot of action, over the top, CGI. Yeah, there's drama, but this movie felt very heavy in parts. It was good from that aspect. It wasn't your typical disaster movie. There were a few action-packed scenes, but not your typical $200 million budget disaster film. There are my glasses. I can see now. So, it was a thriller as well, which is awesome. Instead of, like I said, a mindless disaster film. And there is a lot wrong with the movie. It's far from perfect, but it's still a watchable film. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It is pretty depressing in parts, but watchable. It's a heavy, and like I said, it's depressing, but it's a good movie. It is watchable. I give Greenland a 3 out of 5. Would definitely recommend checking it out. If it sounds like something for you, if you're into disaster flicks, thriller, drama type things. Like I said, it stars Gerard Butler, and I think his wife's played by Morena Baccarin, I believe is her name, from Deadpool and other stuff. I'm pretty sure. So next up, we're going to get into it. Warner Brothers Home Entertainment sent this over to me. Like I said, I did a review and unboxing on the channel, and that is Christopher Nolan's Tenant, which I still need to rewatch. I keep saying it. I have to get my hands on the 4K still, so hopefully once I get my hands on the 4K, I'll be rewatching this movie. I was excited for this since the first teaser trailer I saw came out for it. It got released in theaters the end of August, beginning of September, right around Labor Day. We did not go to theaters. I haven't been to the theater since March, so was pumped to check this out once it hit home video. The movie has been incredibly divisive, and I enjoyed it. I will say, however, it is probably towards my bottom of the Christopher Nolan filmography. When you look at all the movies he's directed, definitely towards the bottom, but I also can see this improving on rewatches. So that's really one of the reasons I want to revisit it, especially on 4K. The action in the film is incredibly well done, incredibly inventive. It's a new kind of technology, in my opinion, the way some of the scenes are shot. I know Crazy Joe has actually said that he believes this movie was a way for Nolan to showcase that new technology and have not much plot around it. I believe there's plot to this movie, but I believe that it's a multiple watch film to pick up on that plot. And I'm not saying the movie isn't convoluted, because there are parts of the movie where it definitely is convoluted. So I think the movie needs to be watched at least twice to fully appreciate it, for sure. John David Washington and Robert Pattinson were great in the movie. I thought they had really good chemistry. The movie held my attention the whole time. I didn't feel like it drugged at all. It was a 2.5 hour runtime. I did not feel like I was bored at all in the 2.5 hours. And I personally don't get the hatred for this movie. I think it's tied into that toxic fan base situation that's going on, where because it's a Christopher Nolan movie, there's this automatic love and hate for it. Even without people watching it, they'll pretend like it's either, you know, the most amazing thing they've ever seen or the worst thing they've ever seen. But like I said, I can see where this movie would be divisive, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like I said, I'm excited to revisit Tenet. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, probably closer to a 3.75 out of 5. But I'm curious to see where it goes on a rewatch for me. Next up, we are going to talk about a movie that RJ and I watched on Netflix. He had seen it before, I had not, and that is Klaus. Klaus seems to be like this newer, beloved Christmas classic already. I know a lot of people have said it's one of the best animated movies they've seen in a long time. So, watched it. It's a movie that's very sweet. It's a heartwarming animated Christmas story. Basically about a spoiled rich kid, or not a kid, a spoiled rich guy, probably in his like late teens, early 20s. And he's sent to a country that's so far north. He needs to start a new post office and have 6,000 letters sent out of the post office. When he gets there, like, nobody sends mail. It's a joke that he's there. You know, he's made fun of for it. So he meets a big hulking man one day with a white beard who has a woodshed full of toys. And he basically starts, through something that happens, he basically starts getting letters written to the man asking for toys from all the town's children. And it's basically an origin story of Santa Claus, or the story of Santa Claus. The animation is beautiful in the film. The story is sweet, funny, and absolutely worth watching. I really enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I give it a 4 out of 5. Klaus is very well done. We'll definitely check that out again. Definitely something I would recommend to you if you have little ones. If you're looking for a family-friendly Christmas movie next year, I definitely recommend checking out Klaus on Netflix. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. Next up, showed this one to RJ for the first time, and it had a lot of headaches around it. And that is Christmas with the Cranks. And why did it have headaches? Let's talk about this for a minute. So, we primarily use the Xbox One for our media player. I don't play a lot of video games at all. RJ plays them occasionally when he's here. So for some reason, probably like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, the Xbox stopped playing regular DVDs, like a standard DVD. Plays Blu-rays fine, plays 4Ks fine, no issue. But when you put a DVD in, the screen turns black, it doesn't do anything. I've tried Googling it, I've tried updating it, nothing seems to have fixed it. So I went to Best Buy, I bought a cheap DVD player just to have something to play DVDs in the living room. Get it home, we go to put this on, and this was brand new. I opened this to watch it, Christmas with the Cranks. Put it in the machine, it starts like skipping every couple seconds. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what is going on? So I checked the disc. The disc is fine. We put it in again. And a half an hour in the movie, I have to stop. We ended up, RJ has a PlayStation 3 in his room. That's my old PlayStation. We put it on in there. We watched the rest of the movie in there. I then had to return the DVD player and get a new DVD player. I bought off Walmart. It was like $35. I've watched another DVD, which I'll talk about in my next review video. Played fine on that, so it was a problem with the DVD player. What do I expect for 20 bucks? It was some no name. I bought an LG HDMI hookup and everything. So, Christmas with the Cranks, a movie I've definitely seen before, a movie I remember enjoying quite a bit, but RJ had never seen, and this was definitely a funny rewatch. I enjoyed it. RJ enjoyed it quite a bit. There's lots of slapstick in the movie. Some of it works, some of it doesn't work for me. But there were parts of the movie where I was cracking up still. The Botox scene after Tim Allen gets the Botox and he has like the Miami Vice jacket on and he's trying to eat peaches and drink water and he keeps just dropping stuff on the front of him. I found myself cracking up. There's also a scene with the tanning booth where they're both getting tan because they're, getting ready to sneak away for the holidays. And that offered some laughs as well. I thought it was really funny. It's just a good Christmas movie that offers laughs. It's a nice 99-minute movie. Family friendly. It's PG. Like I said, there's a little bit of innuendo, but it's a fun watch. Dan Aykroyd's in the film as well. Obviously, Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis are the leads. Jake Busey, Cheech Marin, Emmett Walsh. It's a fun movie. I enjoy it quite a bit. Christmas with the Cranks. Definitely would recommend if you haven't seen. Once again, Christmas movie. Next up was a Christmas film that I had never seen before. One of my girlfriend's favorites, and that is Meet Me in St. Louis. This is the Warner Archive release of it. I used quotations because only the end of the movie takes place at Christmas. It is not a Christmas film. But I enjoyed the first act of this film quite a bit. It stars Judy Garland, as you guys can see. The first act of this movie I really enjoy. It's a nice mix of musical and love song. The second act of the movie takes a weird turn where kids are celebrating Halloween. It kind of shows what they did for Halloween back then. And the rest of the second act, I couldn't even tell you much of what happened in the second act of this movie. And I'm only 3 weeks removed from it. The third act, however, really ramps up. You hit Christmas time, the climax of the story. And the music in the film is really good. I've definitely heard some of the songs. The trolley song, Meet Me in St. Louis. Judy Garland singing Have Yourself a Merry Christmas, which is the big, closing part of the movie. But I enjoyed the movie as a whole. Like I said, the second act, if the second act was just elevated a little more, close to 1 and 3, this would probably be a 4.5 star movie for me. I give it a 3.5. Like I said, I enjoy acts 1 and 3. 2 really didn't belong in this movie. It just felt weird to me. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Meet Me in St. Louis. And then the last thing we're going to talk about was a rewatch for me. A romantic comedy that I've been wanting to revisit for quite a while. It takes place around Christmas time. Wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie. And that is Serendipity, which stars Kate Beckinsale and John Cusack. Also, Jeremy Piven plays John Cusack's best friend and buddy in this movie, which was kind of fun to see. Molly Shannon's in this. Bridget Moynihan, Eugene Levy. So, it's the story of two people who meet on a snowy night. They both have strong beliefs in fate. They're both in relationships at the time, but kind of leave the relationship between them up to fate and serendipitous situations, if you will. John Cusack, great in the lead role in the movie. It's John Cusack at his most Cusackist. Is that a thing? Where did I go with it? Cusack is smitten with Kate Beckinsale right away, early in the movie. Jeremy Piven plays, like I said, Cusack's best friend. He's very enjoyable. The story is very whimsical, a fantasy romantic film, but a good one at that. I really enjoyed the movie. I gave Serendipity a 4 out of 5. Would definitely recommend if you haven't seen. I think it's a fun watch, a romantic comedy that I enjoyed quite a bit. And that is it, guys. So as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos are coming to the channel. Also, check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I totally just blanked. My letterbox where I rate and review all the movies I watch, Blu-ray.com profile, Amazon wishlist, email address can all be found down below. So thank you guys, as always, for watching. Until next time, who's down to movie?